Hello everyone, hope you all are well. Today we will discuss about Milliman's theorem, which is a very important theorem of DC network theory and as well as circuit theory and also in electrical engineering. So myself, Mr. Santanu Noskar, Assistant Professor of Electrical Department, GKCM JIS Group, and my mail ID is santanu.uyt@gmail.com and santanu.noskar_gkcm@jisgroup.org. And this is my Facebook page, Being Electrify with Santanu. You can get all those lectures in my Facebook page and also in my YouTube channel. So before starting Milliman's theorem, you have to know the superposition theorem, Thevenin's theorem, Norton's theorem, and maximum power transfer theorem. These are different types of theorem in DC network theorem. So those all theorem you can get in my YouTube channel, and for knowing Milliman's theorem you have to know the KCL, KVL calculation, mesh analysis, nodal analysis. These two also you get in my YouTube channel. So let's start. So here is your course. Name of the course is Electric Circuit Theory and semester 3rd, which is second year, and teaching scheme 3 hour per week lecture and tutorial 1 hour per week and 2 hours per week practical. And this is your credit point 4 plus 1, and those are your objective which I have discussed in my previous classes, and I have already covered the introduction section where I have discussed about different types of signal system and sources, and also I have covered the coupled circuit section where I have discussed about self mutual inductance, polarity of induced voltage, like this modeling of coupled circuit. Those lecture you will get in my YouTube channel also. And about network theorem I have already covered Norton's maximum power transfer, Thevenin's superposition theorem, KCL, KVL, nodal analysis, mesh analysis. Now today I will start the last theorem of DC network theory, Milliman's theorem. Okay. So before starting this, I want to share an idea which was said by Mr. Dalai Lama, which is when educating the mind of our youth, we must not forget to educate their heart. So if you educate your heart, you will do your job like fun, and if you educate your mind only, you will do your job like your duty. Okay, so always educate your heart and go through your heart always. So here we will discuss about the history of Milliman's theorem. So this theorem, it is named after Jacob Milliman, who proved that theorem. Jacob Milliman was a professor of electrical engineering at Columbia University. In electrical engineering, Milliman's theorem or the parallel generator theorem, look that word parallel generator theorem is a method to simplify the solution of a circuit. Specifically, Milliman's theorem is used to compute the voltage at the ends of a circuit made up of only branches in parallel. Okay, so these are the history of Milliman's theorem. Now we will discuss about what is Milliman's theorem. The Milliman's theorem states that when a number of voltage sources like V1, V2, V3, like this Vn are in parallel having internal resistance R1, R2, R3, like this Rn respectively, the arrangement can be replaced by a single equivalent voltage source V in series with an equivalent series resistance R. Okay, look here. In other words, determines the voltage across the parallel branches of the circuit which have more than one voltage source. Like reduce the complexity of the electrical circuit. Its work is reduce the complexity. Okay, every theorem has its particular work. The main work is to reduce the complexity of the electrical circuit, because all circuit is not calculated by KCL. You can calculate it by KCL KVL, but it will be very complex. So that's theorem comes to us. So this theorem is given by Jacob Milliman, which I have already said. The utility of Milliman's theorem is that the number of parallel voltage sources can be reduced to one equivalent sources. It is applicable only to solve the parallel branches with one resistance connected to one voltage source or current. It is also used in solving network having an unbalanced bridge circuit. So as per Milliman's theorem, V equals to plus minus V1 G1 plus minus V2 G2, like this, plus minus Vn Gn by G1 plus G2, like this, Gn, and R equals to 1 by G. Okay, so 1 by G equals to 1 by G1 plus G2, like this, Gn. Now we will discuss about the explanation of Milliman's theorem. Now, assuming a DC network of numerous parallel voltage source with an internal resistance supplying power to a load resistance RL, okay, as shown in this figure. Let I represent the resultant current of the parallel current source, while G the equivalent conductance as shown in this figure. So I is the resultant current of the parallel current source, and G is the equivalent conductance. Conductance means 1 by resistance. Okay, so here I equals to I1 plus I2 plus I3, like this, and G equals to G1 plus G2 plus G3, like this, n number of. Next, the resulting current source is converted to an equivalent voltage source as shown in this figure. Thus, V equals to now 1 by G, okay, which is equals to I1 plus I2, like this, IN by G1 plus G2, like this, G n number. So positive and negative sign appear to include the cases where the sources may not be supplying current in same direction. So because of this, the positive and negative sign has come. So here R equals to 1 by G, as we discussed now, and we know I equals to V by R, and we also write R equals to 1 by G. That means G equals to 1 by R. So the equation can be written as V equals to plus minus V1 by R1 plus minus V2 by R2, like this, Vn by Rn, and 1 by R1 by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2, like this, 1 by Rn. So the equation can be written as like this, where R is the equivalent resistance connected to the equivalent voltage source in series. Thus the final equation is V equals to plus minus V1 G1 plus minus V2 G2 plus minus Vn Gn by G1 plus G2 plus, like this, Gn number. So this is the final equation. Okay, and Gk equals to 1 by Rk. So very easy, Milliman's theorem. I think this is the easiest theorem of DC network theory. So now I will discuss about some steps for solving Milliman's theorem. Some steps mean only 5 steps to solve Milliman's theorem. So let us discuss about those steps. So step 1 is obtain the conductance G1, G2, G3 like Gn number of each voltage sources V1, V2, V3, Vn number. Okay, so you have to obtain those conductance and voltage sources. Step 2 is find the value of equivalent conductance G by removing the load from the network. So you have to find the value of conductance G by removing the load resistance. Now step 3 is you have to apply now Milliman's theorem to find the equivalent voltage source V by equation showing here. V equals to plus minus V1 G1 plus minus V2 G2 like this plus minus Vn Gn by G1 plus G2 like this Gn. Okay, so now we'll discuss about step 4. Step 4 is determine the equivalent series resistance R with the equivalent voltage sources V by this equation R equals to 1 by G. Now we'll discuss about step 5. Step 5 is find the current IL flowing in the circuit across the load resistance RL by the equation IL equals to V by R plus RL. So if you remember those 5 steps, you can easily calculate any circuit by Milliman's theorem. But not every circuit, there are also some limitation in Milliman's theorem which I will discuss here. So here I will discuss about the limitation of Milliman's theorem. So number 1 is this theorem is not applicable to the circuit consisting of independent impedance between the independent source. Number 2 is this theorem is not applicable to the circuit consisting of dependent source between the independent source. Number 3 is this theorem is not useful to the circuit consisting of less than 2 independent sources. Okay. So number 3 is like superposition theorem. Now we will discuss about application and advantages of Milliman's theorem. So number 1 is this theorem is very convenient for determining the voltage across a set of parallel branches where there are enough voltage sources present to prevent solution via regular series parallel reduction method. Number 2 is it is easy to apply as it doesn't require the use of simultaneous equation. Number 3 is the Milliman's theorem is mostly applied for circuit with several operational amplifiers representing complex circuit topology. Okay. Now we will discuss about an example mathematics which will help you to calculate any circuit by Milliman's theorem. Okay. So let us take the circuit shown here. So in this circuit there are 3 resistance, internal resistance 3 ohm, 2 ohm, 1 ohm parallel with 3 voltage source 5 volt, 3 volt, 2 volt and with a external resistance 2 ohm in parallel with them. So as per Milliman's theorem, the voltage across these 2 ports, okay, which we can say VAB, if this is A and this is B, okay, look here, if this is A and this is B, so now VAB equals to E1 by R1 plus E2 by R2 plus E3 by R3 which by 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3, which we can write as E1 by R1 means 5 by 3, so 5 by 3, and E2 by R2 means 3 by 2, so 3 by 2, and E3 by R3 means 2 by 1, so 2 by 1, by 1 by R1, 1 by R2, 1 by R3. So this 1 by 3, 1 by 2, 1 by 1 means 1. Look here. So the value becomes 31 by 11. Okay. So here now we have to calculate the Thevenin's equivalent resistance of the circuit across A and B. So the resistance is 1 by 3 plus 1 by 2 plus 1 by 1 inverse. That's mean 1 by 1 by 3, 1 by 2, 1 by 1, which is become 6 by 11. Now the rule of current through the 2 ohm resistance is IL equals to VAB by RTH plus R2. So VAB equals to 31 by 11 and RTH equals to 6 by 11, and this load resistance is 2, so plus 2, so total 31 by 28. So Milliman's theorem applicable to current source also, suppose. So this all about the example of Milliman's theorem. Okay, so Milliman's theorem is also applicable to voltage source, which I have discussed here. So finally the theorem combines both Thevenin's and Norton's theorem. In order to find a common voltage across a network, we use Milliman's theorem, and the network have to contain a number of parallel voltage source. Okay, so next we will discuss about some reference of your course. So the first reference is the Circuit Theory and Network by S.P. Ghosh and A.K. Chakraborty. So this book is very good book for diploma and BTech in electrical engineers as well as electronics engineers. Okay, so next is Circuit and System by K.M. Soni. According to my choice, this is the best book in market. I have go through this book in my earlier life, and this is a very old book but very compact book. Next, Circuit Theory, Analysis and Synthesis by Abhijit Chakraborty. Also, if you understand circuit theory easily, you can go through this book. Now I will discuss some about some reference site, which is NPTEL's video lectures by IIT. You can go through these lectures and you can also go through my lectures also. And number 2, Circuit Globe. This is a very good site, and electronics tutorial. So day by day I will cover the whole circuit theory and electrical machine and electrical types, and you can get all my lecture in my YouTube channel. So if you like my video, please like, comment and subscribe my channel, and if you have any query, please comment in my comment box. I will definitely reply your query. So thank you, stay happy, stay safe.